Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries, dear trashkin, gather around the trash fire. Game Goon's about to finish another game. This is our ultimate episode. This is the end. This will reveal the odds and ends and whether or not we did it right and got the good ending. So, there is a little aside in gilding the lily and going after one missed game con. I think I might have goofed on one of the reloads and forgotten to save after yanking it the first time, because I could have sworn I pulled Hyper Contra, but that was the last one. As to the reward, I think it's just the achievement at this point. Next aside, the more important thing, the reason I'm up front here as Editor Ras talking to you after having just finished the recording session is Remorse the List is an indie game made by two developers who have flashing lights throughout. So this is a flashing lights warning, as you can see across the center of the screen. And this is to give you a bit of time to decide whether you're in or out. So again, if you have a photosensitive condition, please, 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 audio only, or safer and better yet, give this episode a pass. I can survive the hit. I'm a tiny hobby channel. Don't worry about it. Come back next week. We'll have something else going on. Or come back tomorrow. We'll have some wild arms for you. Or some lunacid. So, with that said, take a minute. Pause here. Get yourself a drink. Pick out a good spot by the trash fire. Get comfortable. Get yourself their snacks. And we'll let Game Goon at it. After the boss is dropped, it gets a little wacky because Game Goon's suffering the endorphin rush of having finished the game. He does opt to go through the museum at the end, which will tell you a little bit more about the creators. If you'd rather not hear him babble at the end, that's fine. Go ahead and skip the rest of the episode if you don't care to. That's cool. He's all right with that. Part of the problem with trying to organize your thoughts, having just beaten a game, is you have such an endorphin rush that that gets a little difficult because all that tension, all that fear and panic and inventory management, is out in your brain. It's just like, oh, thank God we never have to do this again. Which is weird when you have to come back a little later and try it out again. I've already promised that if ever they do an accessibility option, I will corral off this run, maybe take it private, and do a run that everybody can watch if they add accessibility options to remove the flashing lights. Or my editing skill levels up. But yeah, 3 minutes should be enough time to have decided, so I'm going to go ahead and hand you off to Game Goon, who didn't even bother closing the video game. Nah, he just ended the recording like a monster and threw himself right back into it. He wants it bad. Let's see how many tries this will take him. Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries, trash can all. I just couldn't wait to get back in. So I hit stop on the recording, did the outro, labeled it in the OBS folder so it doesn't get lost in the alphanumeric mess that is date and time labeling for OBS recordings, and got right back in because I want to see how this ends. We've carried what bits of our army we can't bear to part with us. Now we paste the bloody coat. The bloody coat of a doctor. There are numbers on it. It says 98. 98, 96, 93. 10. We are low on assault rifle ammo, but it carried us this far fairly easily. Of our spare medkits, we now have a grand total of 1. You know, I want to see if I can pet best boy Leo before we head in. Apparently, it doesn't always let you just pet Leo. I don't know why. Definitely one of my primary complaints about this game. Not enough pets for good boy. No, like my first time, I found a random box of bullets. My first attempt. And I've never seen them back there again, but I am now forever checking them. Yep, still just a house. Will you let me? Yes! Mandatory episode pet. Done! Alright, Leo. I don't know what's gonna happen to you after this if you're a figment of my imagination. Are you a good boy? Guard the house, guard the armory. You've done a great job of keeping those creepers out of our yard. Appreciate you. You're imaginary doggo, you're the best imaginary doggo in a horror game I've encountered. Broken seats, rotted, bloody, and very bloody. It's painting a picture. Perhaps crippling or problematic net addiction? Bunches of shipping boxes. Guess he doesn't get out much. 3 sets of shoes, 1 set of slippers.
So many happy memories tied us here to this amazing house. There's nothing left of those by now. I just fucked everything up in just a couple of months. I didn't even appreciate that he was there for me after her death.
The dude just could not. He just couldn't. Part of me wants to be upset at the dude for not stepping up. But the reality of it is, all of us falter at some point, some win. Toaster oven. I do like the design, it's very clean. I'd probably like it more if I didn't feel the weight of loss from that note. But okay, it turns out we found. That's an interesting place for barbells. Alright, I'm gonna check out downstairs first. Millennia. Windows 2000. Oh, Windows ME. Okay, no desk. Email. To Madre Peter. Dear Peter. I don't know why I did that bit. I don't know why you're contacting me after all this time, but I still owe you. I've attached the file you sent me. And the thing you asked me for is damn weird, but we can do it for you. Just send me the date you want the package delivered. System lock, volume 100, network home. Alright. That takes me back. I've been fighting with Windows a lot more in recent years. Weirdly, Windows 9 I did the least fighting with. Like, I had to track down a memory leak because Windows was allocating RAM for common use Oh, dude, Pokemon. Them. I mean, those are definitely not Pokeball rugs. Those are definitely not Voltorbs. Them's is just some cool multicolored childish bits. Dad, Mom. Uh, hmm? Sweet merciful heck. Oh, too soon. Minus 1 HP. Oh god. Yeah. Everything I touch dies. Whoa. Light. .44 ammo we don't have, so we'll leave it. Can't sacrifice the space we do have for what we aren't going to be using. Alright, nothing over there. No need to keep the lamp fired. Definitely not claustrophobic in here. Not much fight to you, though. Considerably less annoying than the last. Okay. How am I sliding now? there's no point in knocking you two down. Oh, we're definitely good on shotgun shells. Judgment. The heck? Table? Okay then. I would like to swap out. Expected me to favor that. Well, I'll burn some health and free up some inventory. Oh. Alright. So, last checkpoint. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and load up what we got. Whoa. Completely out. These are just a little too fast to go fiddling with anything. Oh, thank God. Ah. Okay. I'm kind of wishing I brought the 44 because now they're throwing all the ammo at me for it. For ammo. Whoa. Okay, we got another pull effect going on. Alright then. Whoa! B. Oh, dude. Coin. Okay, definitely want to switch over. Okay, this is gonna be a rough grind. I think I'm gonna swap out the shotgun, maybe? Kinda wish you could skip that intro. Reload that. Drop that. Leave it. Seems to have glitched out. Okay. Or are they just invisible now? It's a heck of a problem for me. Man, I think it glitched out on us. That's disappointing. Hurry up, hurry up. Alright. Gotta heal it up. Well, that's our second glitched enemy, and it just so happens to be the boss of the game. Alright. I'll do. Hopefully this is enough. It's cheesy. But yeah, I guess that's marks down. Oh, and we come to. Alright, still got the ammo. Let's load that up. Just in case there is any more fighting. Drop you. 100% health. Dominoes. Party house. Adrian. Alright, I dropped that. Dad. Mom. Adrian. So this is where the story started. Well, we have the desk. I have no idea if there is an in-game reward for all the gathering of all the sundry beds, but I didn't have to go too far out of my way to do it, so I guess I'm not very salty. Some on Dad's room. Okay. Well, I guess simple disc with a label on it that says Adrian. Yes. Play disc.
People
Remorse,
say that
normal,
after a while,
good ending.
every piece gets to its place in our lives. I hope your story will be the same, Adrian. I want you to know that I tried to do everything on your behalf, even if you saw it differently while standing on the stairs of the orphanage. After your mother passed away, I couldn't raise you properly. I just couldn't do it. I want you to understand that I didn't want you to see the things I've done after your mother's death. I'm not proud of what I've done. But now I'm trying to do what's right. I went to many anonymous meetings at the hospital, talked to people with the same story as mine, and I figured out that I'm not alone with my flaws and mistakes. After these sorrowful years, I think a lot about our memories. When we played on the merry-go-round for hours, or when we took a wrong turn on a hike and ended up in the forest for half a day before we found our way out. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed me. I will regret it forever. Some months ago, I figured out how I could help you, so I started to clean up stains from the walls I did in the past. In the box, you'll find the key and an address. I hope this will help you in your brand new life, so you become the man I always imagined you as an adult. I'm very proud of you, my son. for the path you went through, for how strong you are to be here. I hope we can meet once more and talk like father and son. It doesn't matter where our story took the wrong turn. You can be proud of yourself and look into the future.
Man, it feels really weird hearing Stig read the epilogue of a game for the second time. That was not what I expected to hear, but here we are. Okay, so I guess that's a lot shorter an episode. Oh, we have results. Difficulty. Normal. Time, 4 hours, 55 minutes, 55 seconds. Damage taken, 950 free. Medkits used 11. Enemies defeated, 100 free. Rank B. Well, I suppose we got time to collect some of my thoughts on the game then. The programming. A little bit rough. We had what, free glitches? Challenges have been unlocked. Okay, the challenges, from what I've heard, are basically just arcade game challenges. Learn more about the universe around us and unlock secrets of the story. Okay, well, take me to the museum then. Whoa. Okay. So for sound design and environmental, A+. For effort, A+. Programming. Oh, dude. That's giving me flashbacks to Cry of Fear right there. Boxman. A big pyramid-shaped metallic counter. Its origins are still a matter of discussion amongst the best scientists. Boxman, finally where you belong in a place for wares. Very weird spiral living being. Seems to be a victim of malevolent and unnatural circumstances. Is that a Junji Ito Uzumaki reference? Bergen Street. An abandoned metro station, evil demons from someone's past. A little bit of post-traumatic stress disorder, the perfect mixture for a tragic story of a good man. Bergen. Oh, I don't have a map. I want to say another Silent Hill reference? But in Silent Hill it'd be Berger, I think. Hungary, the country where the game takes place. Okay, I was way off. The worn down streets, the old buildings, and architecture add a lot to the overall atmosphere of the game. And here's some of the stills. We got the street side, worn out housing, Hungry by night, graffiti alleyway and walkway. Oh no, that's just straight up walkway on the side of a building there. There's our telekinetic broke neck killer. Concept. Jerks. Yep, they drip blood. Horizontal slash knee height. Moving around the arena vertically for 10 seconds like a pillar. Big smash in a long area. Spits at player. I think they did away with that. We didn't get to see that because the last boss glitched out on us on drop-in. That seems to be a bit of a problem they could do. The face takes damage when the mask is broken. That we figured out. Some worn out placeholders. Oh, concept of the father. Baddie concept, maybe an early version. 3D models rolling. If have the paper order after 1 second delay, click sound and it triggers a door entity to open a box with a key. Click sound on click. There will only be 4 symbols. Okay. Oh, is this that's the lamp maze. Oh. Crown physics models spawn point. It's out of screen, so you see just crown falling down into the tank. The water goes up and down, depends on the crown weight. The rule will tell you the goal. So, like, if 25 soldiers survive a mission, you have to fill the tank to 25. Water in the tank. Go big click sound after half a second. And it unlocks a Remorse master entry. Buttons that spawn the crown physics over the tank. It falls into the tank, increasing the water height. After pushing a button, it becomes an X that takes out the crown from the water. Okay, they changed that up a bit, but mostly their whole cough. Ah, the early depictions of Adrian. Okay, the power box puzzle. There you are, Murder Torso. Can't tell if that's Mylar. Oh no, that's rope. That's Mylar, I think. Reverse torso. Like, your best bet is to go for them 5s. Oh, hey. There's the breakdown. Bit. Neutral. It's neutral to the things that happened. Bad. Hates father. That didn't say mother. Bad. Agrees with with an even bloodthirstier than father. Weapon reward. Agrees with father. Good. Neutral towards father. Good. Judge father. Bad. Blames doctor instead. Adrian just wants to move on. Adrian's more bloodthirsty than father. Adrian. Wonder if the weapon reward's still a thing. I should do some reading. Ah, yes, you creeper. I never spotted you in the wild. Unused enemy. The Bagged! You know, I am sort of grateful I didn't have to deal with jumping beans and sleeping bags. Unused enemy. Accident. Yeah, the face kind of says it all. Unused weapon models. Knife, riot shield, and shotgun. Okay, so the basic trusty dusty Mossberg-esque pump action. Police shield. And knife. Huh. An old first aid kit from my workplace. I liked the design, so I thought it would fit into the game. Well, you're right, my dude. I guess my rating is good overall. It has some rough edges, but if you enjoy horror games, those can be overlooked. Oh, there. I remember I was a kid at school attracted to horror movies and games. I remember at school we always competed with boys for who saw the scariest movie and the most horrible scenes possible. Of course, we always watched those scenes from behind our armchairs, scared, but we didn't break each other about that. I first became familiar with game development at the age of 12 when I started a tiny 2D platformer, Jinx. back then, the only way to publish an indie game was with PC magazines. My first game was included with a magazine called PC Gurus CD, and there was no stopping. It was during that period that mods began to take up more and more space, which I soon got into and created my first smaller mods, Mistake and Mistake-1. So that's Peter Ashkandi Ifyo. Once I felt gathered enough, or once I gathered had enough knowledge to cut my axe into something bigger, I started working on a total conversion horror mod on Source Engine, Gray. The horror mod became successful and I got 8.3 ratings on ModDB. That's Mod Database, your one-stop shop for mods. And many YouTubers also played through the game. After a few minor attempts, we got into the development of Remorse, the list that you're playing right now. I hope one day I will achieve my dream as working as a full-time game developer and be able to support myself and my family from this. Well, I certainly wish you luck. Danielle Ramos Romero, Key to Truth. I consider myself a curious person, and horror movies and games have always intrigued me. I vividly remember my first experience with the movie Alien. It shook me to the core and furthered my interest as horror as a genre and aspects related like space or the creatures that live in our world. I'd like to think those interests show through the creations I'm involved with. As my journey as game developer and programmer started pretty unexpected place. The first thing I did that had any relation to programming was hacking the RAM memory of my favorite game back when I was around 13 years old, Kingdom Hearts 2. Before you go casting stones, it's got something for everybody. Let's forget Nightmare and Christmas is a delight. Or The Nightmare Before Christmas is a delight. It's a lovely time. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and add the PS2 to the rotation of things to play. For giggles. I don't know if I'm going near Kingdom Hearts just yet. I got a lot of work to do on Wild Arms, man. Messing around with hex values, learning about low-level concepts like pointers, memory allocation, and other aspects led me to put my newfound knowledge into learning a programming language, in my case, C and C++. After that, I tried RPG Maker since it's one of my favorite genres. I created a few small games, lost to time, but the engine felt restrictive. So I dropped it after a year and a half. I spent a few years trying out all the available engines on the market until I found Unreal Free. You're going to hear that a lot. Unreal Engine was very, very versatile and very easy to pick up and run with, which eventually turned into Unreal Engine Free, the engine we made this game in. After that, I kept honing my programming and designing skills as a creator until now. Becoming a full-time developer is my biggest wish, and I hope it can become true. With this creation, we put a lot of work and care into. See, that's why I'm not gonna bash the game. Adrian's father, voice actor Stig Stigton. Dragonor, who you can find on Twitter. We may even link that. Possibly one whose post has concerns farming. Unused. Skinned. Oh, I was right. Those totally aren't available. Press E on voice recorders to listen to them.
Hey, my name is Stig, also known online as Dragonor, and I voiced the father in Remorse the List. I've been working with video games and modding for the last 15 years, and I started my voiceover journey on ModDB. My first released mod that I worked on was Cube Experimental, a horror mod for Fallout 3. You might also recognize me from other titles, such as Cryofear, Grey, Portal Stories Mel, and Cartbrink, to name a few. My main trade is actually classical song, where I studied to a master's degree, and the first year of my studies were, funnily enough, in Hungary, where the game takes place. I hope you enjoyed playing the game, and maybe we will meet again in a different title.
Oh, we'll see about arranging that steak, my good man. At this point, I'll play anything stakes in. Good earned jump scare. Nice job. Way to go. Very creeptastic. Oh, that was Agnes that flashed at the start. Okay, so that's the current model. Let me get a good look at that hoodie. Oh yeah, just some runic biz there. Some very styling single strap pant. This bunny Stuffy, let me tell you, has seen some things. Oofta. There's that Val model. Some spare parts. The projector! I think I was just getting weird with it there. The King. Thank you for visiting our little museum. We just took some funny pictures of your face during our jump scares. You can buy them on the way out for free euros. Okay, for a minute I'm like, did they just face cam me? Good evening, Trashkin. Editor Raph's here to close out the run. Game Goon was suffering from a bit of an endorphin rush for finishing and couldn't quite pull his thoughts together. So, it's a game made by two devs. I guess the overall rating is good. A plus for music, A plus for environment, A plus for atmosphere, a good story in which mental health is handled with a certain weight and seriousness, which is always nice. The representations of mental illness haven't been great in media and still aren't great in media. So it's nice to see some folks making an effort here and there. Um, I guess the overall is my sticking points. The enemies were a little buggy here and there. We had two instances of pathfinding error, an effect error on a dead enemy in the Gallery of the Wind Dudes. That was one weird one that I forgot to notice. Um, a crowding pathfinding error is one of the two pathfinding errors. And then on our last run of the boss, the attacks glitched out where we were getting hit by nothing but the spit, and the others didn't seem to go off for some reason, which isn't uncommon to indie devs. Those could certainly use a patch. My other big wish list item, if these two ever have the time, is an or to patch in an accessibility option to remove the flashing lights. I know for photosensitive epilepsy off the top of my head, the figure that I found from a reliable source was about 3% of the population are affected by photosensitive epilepsy, which isn't a huge concern. It's accessible to 97%. It'd still be really nice to see that. I don't have any percentiles on folks with photosensitive triggered migraines, but I do know one person with them. Who also reminded me they are a thing. So that's the big wish list. So I, with the caveats of if you do not suffer from a photosensitive at this point and enjoy indie horror and are familiar with the rough edges thereof, I tentatively give this a trash tier gaming seal of approval. Definitely pick it up if it's on sale and photosensitivity is not a concern for you. It's a decent 5-hour game. And what's better is because the two developers, the two indies who did it together, both developed and published it, that money goes straight into their pockets after Steam's cut. Oh, there's the trash can. Torbjorn has been a little terror this weekend while I was playing. Someone got catnip treats, and some greedy little fuss performed some unauthorized science to get access to those treats afterwards. And he is still begging for treats. Are you still actually high, buddy? Do you have anything to say to the audience besides meow? Or just meow? No? You just want the lap sits? And to beg for treats and or chicken? What he really goes crazy for is bacon and tomato sauce. I have caught this little goon with his claws stuck in a pizza trying to run away with it more than once. Yeah. All right, I guess I'm gonna finish this outro with the cat in lap. Ah, so much for being more focused than Game Goon. So, a tentative recommendation. It's certainly worth the price of admission. It's not overpriced to me. And what's better is the money goes directly to the devs to help them out in their endeavors, future or current. It features Stig Dixon, which is of course A plus. You can actually find Stig pretty easy on Twitter if you care to see what he's up to at any given point. Although, upon checking out his website, it is currently under upgrade. It's accessible, you can see everything that he's worked on, including, interestingly enough, a bunch of canceled projects. The one that disappointed me most being canceled was a Skyrim books read aloud, which made me go, dude, I would install that instantly if I could hear Stig just read me the lore of Skyrim. I want that mod. Apparently he made it free books in, and then yeah, nah, we're done. Um, so I haven't picked out the next game to play, and we'll be taking a bye week next Tuesday. I'm gonna start doing that when I finish games to help lessen burnout. So next week is a pass for Tuesday. I might do a little this is the game we're playing announcement video, but that be it. And we will, of course, have Wild Arms and Lunacid for you the following week. Lunacid doesn't necessarily have a hard in point. It's either when I get back into Remnant, or alternatively, when I run out of Lunacid, or get the itch to try a finished Soulsborne. Nothing against Lunacid, I really like it. I just wanted to give a little peek into this latest patch. And Torv's getting loud again. All right, so all that's left is the intro, the sign off. So, Trashkin, thank you all for joining me in this madcap adventure through a horror game. I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around for the whole dang near 6 hours of gameplay. So, finish up your snacks and your drink. Have a good stretch by the trash fire. Take care of yourselves. I've been your humble host, Raspa Trash Bear, and until next time on Trash Tier Gaming. Good night, and I'll see you in the next one.